Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to briefly go over the different tools and features that you have access to when creating a Seesaw activity. There are limitless options for you when creating an activity, and sometimes it can feel a little overwhelming when deciding what it is that you want to do for your students. So I hope kind of getting a basic understanding of these different features will help you understand and guide you towards what is best for your activity. So when you are going to the Add Multimedia Instructions or Example, you are given 6 options. You have a photo, a drawing, video, upload, note, or link. Before I quickly click on them and show you more, I'm just going to give you a basic overview of what each feature does. Photo is going to open your webcam or the iPad camera, and it will allow you to take a quick snapshot of student work or a worksheet or a picture from outside, literally anything that you want to take a picture of that you want students to be able to manipulate for their assignment. The drawing has its own features to it, and it is one of my favorite parts of making a Seesaw assignment. As you can see, when I hover over the pencil, you get these smaller white circles with a microphone, which means that you can record audio over something in the drawing. The T stands for label, or like a text box, so you can type in things. And there's a shapes button, so there's some shapes features as well as some others once we get into that section of our activity. The video is just like the photo option, but this time it will only give you the option to take a video. Again, this will open up your camera on your computer or on your phone or iPad, whatever device you're using that has a camera on it. This video section will open it up and allow you to take up to 5 minutes of video. The upload is pretty self-explanatory. You are able to upload up to, I believe, 10 different files at once, whether it is from your Google Drive, your computer, and it's just a photo, or a video. Now, if you have a video that you want to share that is longer than 5 minutes, this is a good option for you. There's still a limit of how long it can be, but it expands the opportunity past this normal video option. The notepad is essentially like a digital piece of paper, and you can change the background of the note paper, which I will show you. So if you just want students to write or type, I should say, an example or an explanation to your questions, this is a good option for you. You can also type in a prompt that will be at the top, so that way students can look at it if they forget. And finally, we have our link, which again, pretty self-explanatory. When you click on it, it's going to give you the option to add any link that you want, whether it's for a YouTube video or a different website that you want your students to go to. So I'm going to go more into detail with this drawing and the notes section just to show you the different options. And hopefully from there, you'll get some ideas on how you can use these 6 features to create your Seesaw assignments. So this is the drawing section. This is what it's going to look like every time that you open it. You have a color section on the side. You have your writing utensil types on the bottom. And then you have these features on this left-hand side. Starting at the bottom, we have our pencil. We have a pen, a highlighter, a special kind of marker. The kids love it. It's like sparkly. It's like a shine marker, I think is what they call it. And then you have your eraser. Whenever you click on any of these writing tools, it's going to give you the option to change your color. There's obviously some defaults for whatever it is. The pencil's automatically a black, the marker is blue, the highlighter is yellow, and the sparkle pen is pink. But students have the ability, and teachers, to scroll through this spectrum and choose the just right color for them. Starting with these tools on the left now, this is your text box tool. So anytime you want to make a text box that you can type in, you click on that. And the best part, which students may even explore more than you, is if you click outside of it, it's going to give you these 3 dots, a little circle with 3 dots in it. And it's going to give you even more options. Hold on, let me move the text box a little bit so we can see all of them. You have a style option, and this is where you can change your font, you can change the way your text box looks, and you can change the orientation of the text, the order of it, so you can bring it to front or back. If you don't want students to be able to move it, you can lock it in place. And if you like this exact style, font, all of that stuff for your text box, you can actually duplicate it to save you time later, so that way you don't have to keep going and changing each text box. The microphone gives you the option to not only just record yourself talking over whatever your assignment is or your drawing is, you can actually draw and record at the same time. So right now it's recording my voice, but as I'm changing and I want to highlight or do something, if I wanted to solve a math problem, as I'm talking, it is recording exactly what I am saying. So when I pause it, it saves it. I'm going to hit done. And now students will have the option to play. And if they don't like it, you can re-record it. The only downside to that feature currently, which I think Seesaw is planning on changing soon, is that once you do record over it, there is no other editing going on. So make sure if you choose to do that, that's the last thing that you want to do. Over here, when you click on the camera button, you have the option to take a photo directly from your camera, or you can upload it to your drawing. So if you have something on your computer or on Google Drive, you can upload it straight from there. And lastly, we have the 3 dots, which gives you shapes and a background. They keep adding new colors to the background option and other designs, so there's always fun things to play with. At the very bottom, though, I think it's really cool how they have different lined options and dots, so that way they can do graphing, or they can use the dots for making shapes. They have different handwriting styles, and this one I believe is music. So there's so many different ways that you can customize these assignments to make it yours. And shapes, pretty self-explanatory. They give you a bunch of different shape options for you to put in to your assignment. And again, students have all the same access as you do with all of these different features. So as long as you show them and tell them what you want them to do, they can create really amazing things. And I guarantee you, they are going to figure out how to do a lot of these things without any help, and they're going to end up teaching you more than you thought they could. Finally, if you look at the bottom, there's this quotation mark symbol, which is where you can add a caption to your assignment, or a voice caption if you have little kids that need some assistance with their reading. And that will appear under the assignment, so that way they can see it before they click on it. If you are using Seesaw Plus, then, or if you have Seesaw for Schools, you will have the option to add multiple pages, and you can add up to 10, I believe, right now, but they're working on expanding it to be even more. So think of it as almost having the ability to make slideshows within Seesaw. And it's a little bit more user-friendly for those little kids versus using Google Slides, when it's all about typing and a lot of other features that they're just not really aware of right now. So that kind of goes over everything you need to know in terms of this. I'm going to hit check mark. I'm going to get rid of that. And really quickly, just showing you the notepad. It just looks just like this, just a simple piece of paper. So you can type in exactly what you want to type in and students will be able to see it. Nothing too fancy, but it does give them more guidance for lines, and they don't have the option to draw on this assignment. It's just typing, which I like because it can be easier to read. This has been a quick overview of the different tools that you have access to when creating a Seesaw assignment. As you can see, there are so many different things that you can do, and Seesaw is always coming out with new features that we are requesting from them. So I hope for right now this helps you get started, and I hope you have fun playing around with it and making fun assignments for your students.